This will be how good Alvin Kamara will be if and when he does come back to the NFL. Now, first, there are some questions to ask, like, is he going to prison? How long will he be in prison for? Will the NFL even let him back into the game? But wait, now I'm just going to be talking about if he came back. These are just going to be my thoughts about how good he will play or if he will be good. Now, first of all, we got to talk about the fact that Alvin Kamara is still a pretty young guy. I think he's only been playing for maybe 4 or 5 years, so we have that to mention or bring up or whatever. Not to mention that Alvin Kamara also had multiple seasons with over 1,000 yards rushing, and I know 1 year he had like 18 touchdowns, and he had multiple other seasons with at least 10 touchdowns. But there also comes the fact of if he spends, or if there's going to be that period of time with him being away from the NFL, if that's going to contribute him to the fact of him not being as good coming back into the NFL. But like I said before, Alvin Kamara is still a young guy. I think he's like in his mid-20s, and the more you play, the more you get injured, but when he's still young, he still has time left to play in them. So if he gets out of prison soon, if the NFL allows him to come back into the NFL, I still think he would be healthy, but then there comes the question, how good will he do? Personally, I feel that if he does come back into the NFL, maybe after at least a year or two, I don't think he's going to be coming back this season, but if he does come back in maybe a year or two or a few years, I don't think he will be doing as good. Don't get me wrong, Alvin Kamara is such a great player, but with that much time away and this big of an impact on your life, I don't know if he'll ever be the same. There's been multiple NFL occasions where the players, sorry about that, I'm like spacing out. There's been multiple NFL occasions where there's been big incidents like battering assault charges and other just tragic moments that happen in people's lives that just changed the ability of them to play forever. Now with Alvin Kamara's situation, there's going to be a lot of stress bringing onto that case, He's probably going to be going through some stuff in his head, like, will I ever be this as good? I don't know what his mentality state is, but probably not that good considering what he did at the Pro Bowl, I think, or the Super Bowl. I think it was the Pro Bowl. But you never know. He could be like Antonio Brown. He could miss a season or two and then come back and still be an amazing player, or at least a backup and still put up a decent amount of points, scoring, and just general stats for him. Another question is if Alvin Kamara does come back to the NFL, will he play for the Saints? Because a lot of times where a player does something serious like this, they normally go to another team because that team doesn't want to have them anymore. So another team gives this player a second chance, kind of like what happened to Antonio Brown. So maybe he could go to the Buccaneers, or he could go to the Chargers, or he could go to the Jaguars. Another team that could give him a chance, and that he could put up a decent amount of stats and get paid and whatever. But what we don't want is another Antonio Brown moment, and he just comes back and then just breaks down all over again, and he has to leave the NFL again. But anyways, these are just my thoughts. I hope this gave you guys something to think about. I hope you guys can like, subscribe, and share this video, and thank you for watching, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next video.